couldn't explain it at all.
A lot of time, phenomena surrounds the camera guy or the audio guy on an investigation. Someone that's not actually interacting with them because they're less threatening. They're not, barking all the questions.
Myself.
Okay. Eso.
Fraser complained of pain in his lower back.
It's all done.
So Kelly and Dave lifted up his shirt to check it out.
It felt like I got a kick. It felt like someone sort of kicked me like with a big or something. So I was expecting like maybe a bruise or something like that, but it was like scratches.
You can clearly see 3 scratch marks along his back, which is indicative of a ghost attack. Scratch marks, often found in investigation sites, come in sets of 3. Now, many people believe that this is done to mock the Trinity.
This didn't compute with me. It messed me up, boy. It really messed me up. It was really frightening.
Uh-oh. I
I love it when people who are skeptical get to experience something paranormal because it just challenges everything that they believe in.
I know. I used to be a skeptic, and I've been scratched the way the gentleman was. And sometimes you need to experience it for yourself. No amount of evidence, photos, video, or anecdotes will make you believe until you've experienced the activity for yourself.
Fraser left that day more open-minded to the supernatural world.
It was bizarre, wasn't it? That was our early days of investigating. Our knowledge, I do believe that we've come on, and we still can't fully debunk this. And it's changed his perspective completely on the paranormal.
It has. It's something I never ever believed in, or would ever think it would ever happen. But it happened. Definitely opened my eyes to the possibilities that there could be something. I'm not saying this definitely is, but there certainly could be things.
Spend countless hours flying around the
I
world.
can't see him.
While in the sky, you can see things they can't always explain, like strange lights or unidentified clouds. But one pilot had the shock of his life while sitting in his plane parked firmly on the ground.
Oh, that's one too. Coming from me.
In
Oh,
July
what's wrong?
2017, Bangkok Airways Captain
Oh,
Bharat
thank you.
Chiva was situated in a cockpit at Hong Kong International Airport
That's it.
when he noticed something abnormal happening in the next gate and started filming.
No, ouch. Hurry, ouch.
Takes some minutes to settle in. Once you see a walkway, you see people walking through it, and you assume, okay, well, when's it gonna start? What's next? But when you notice there's no plane attached to that, these passengers are debarking from nothing.
Good try.
The pilot posted his video of the ghostly passengers appearing to walk from nowhere, and it quickly went viral.
This is pretty strange. I've never seen so many ghosts like that in a group. It's pretty amazing. I mean, what is going on here?
I do believe that there can be crowds of ghosts and spirits.
Jason.
I think in this case, what you're seeing is the imprint of residual energy at the location. Just like with hotels and hospitals, an airport sees a large turnover of people. And what's going on individually with those people that come through can leave imprints regardless of the location.
I'm trying to see if I can pick out
Technoblade is
any
there.
personalities,
Oh
to see
my
if I can
God.
see any features clearer. And the one consistent thing about it was that they were very generic. And the reason for this might be, maybe that's not the spirit of Bob and Joe and Mary. That's just passenger number one, passenger number two. All the thousands of people that have passed through that entryway over the years have just left behind an energy that is coalesced into a generic traveler.
Maybe it was a flight that went down. Maybe they just never reached their destination. Maybe they just continually are getting off the plane that they never got on.
There was a plane that crashed in the Everglades, I believe in the 70s. And when they salvaged the plane, they actually reused the parts in other planes that were still in service. And from that day on, people claim to see the spirit of the captain of that original flight on these new planes. And it turns out it's because these parts were reused, and people think that the entities somehow attached themselves to those spare parts.
As for the pilot, he says he isn't quite sure what he saw from the cockpit that day. But as he travels from airport to airport, it's likely not going to be the last time he will be paranormal.
Pilots tend to be trustworthy. I hope that they're trustworthy anyway, because they have a lot of responsibility, and of course our lives are in their hands. So the fact that this was filmed by a pilot, I think it makes it more credible, because of course it's a very credible position.
Coming up, the Bigfoot hunt is on in Utah. Look how huge he is. And brave security guards investigate a haunting in Brazil.
Actually, a bullet hole through the wheel well. The last 88 years, there's no telling what this cross can do.
Axeman resurrects original street legend.
Just like the kind Bonnie and Clyde made the getaway in.
New Street Outlaws Endgame, Monday at 8 on Discovery.
Tide Pods Ultra Oxy one-ups the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it learn whatever they're doing?
For sure. Seriously? One up the power of liquid, one up the toughest stains. Any further questions? One up the power of liquid with Tide Pods Ultra Oxy.
Pearl Milling Company isn't new to this. We've been stacking tasty, fluffy pancakes since forever. Our perfectly fluffy, syrupy goodness has been there for every special moment. And we'll always be here. We're Pearl Milling Company. Stack up the moments.
Got it.
Come on, let's go. Hustle.
Stroller.
Double stroller. When you're traveling with 3 kids, pretty much everything they own. Hi guys. Hilton for the stay. You know how underarms aren't the only place we have odor? That's why I created Lumi. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the founder of the world's first outrageously effective and seriously safe odor control product for anywhere on your body. It's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours, and unlike other products that mask or cover up odor, Lumi actually stops bacteria from creating odor in the first place. And there's never been a better way to get started with the Lumi Starter Pack. Check us out and give Lumi a try today.
Browsing the web without NordVPN can mean sharing your personal data with more people than you think. Get NordVPN and protect your sensitive data from being spied on. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Easy credit building, early payment, fee-free overdrafts. It's banking the way it should be. Chime, the #1 most loved banking app.
For those who love peanut butter, and those who want to get married to peanut butter, I now pronounce you so much peanut butter.
Reasons to stop. Through the challenges, the hurt, the doubt, the pain. No matter what, we go on. I'm pleased.
It's not true.
The first 2 months, get all of the gnarly science,
Sharky on Discovery Plus. 99 cents a month for the first 2 months. Sign up now.
When Brett Stubbs woke up on January 2nd, 2019, he thought he was going to have a nice morning out with his children. But before he could get the kids in the car, a dark, mysterious figure in the distance caught his eye. Soon, what started out as a normal day in Provo, Utah, quickly took a turn into a day Brett and others would never forget.
Green.
He's on the mountain, way far back on the mountain. But look how huge he is. Seriously, look how big it is.
Brett uploaded the video to his social media page, where his friend Austin Craig watched it and became convinced that it showed something more than just a tall man. Austin insisted the friends scrap the day's plans and go investigate Brett's potential cryptid sighting.
This morning, Brett filmed from his home what appeared to be a very tall man or a Sasquatch. So we're going to go investigate and see if we can find footprints. Should we go Sasquatch hunting? Let's do it. My name is Austin Craig. My friend Brett recorded this from his front driveway, and I saw it and immediately was interested. It looked like a Bigfoot, a very tall figure, very dark head to toe, walking up a very steep, icy grade.
This was a very interesting video because we clearly see a figure on that mountain. And based on the perspective that we have, it seems far too big for a man.
No matter what, your curiosity is going to get piqued when you see something that big rummaging through the snow.
I think that Utah could possibly be a home to something like this. There's a record of large ape-like creatures from tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of years ago. That's clearly demonstrated. Gigantopithecus is a creature that did exist in East Asia and in the Western North American continent. The question is, when did it go extinct, or did it go extinct?
I definitely commend these guys for doing an investigation right away. You see something, you go towards it. You try to get more information.
Austin, Brett, and their friend Chris drove to the edge of town to begin their hike up the mountain.
You know right where to go? That's fine. I think just straight up. All right. We're ascending the hillside. It's pretty rough going. Lots of shrubbery and brush. Hiking up that hillside proved very hard for me and my two friends, Brett and Chris. Whatever it was that was climbing up here, we concluded that it was a very nimble giant. Because it's not easy to climb this very steep, snowy mountain. This is very steep up here. Yeah, it's really steep. Lots of snow. Not a lot of firm footholds or handholds. I've done a lot of hiking. I'm fairly experienced in it, but that doesn't change the fact that it was extremely icy, that there is not a trail up there, and if somebody was up there on their own earlier, they seemed to exhibit no trouble whatsoever hiking up this extremely steep grade. This very steep hill proved to be kind of challenging. Brett is headed back down. He's going to be our scout on the ground to direct us to where the suspect was.
But before Brett could guide them to the location of the sighting, some markings in the snow caught their attention.
So I'm seeing something that is not deer tracks anymore. We're trying to determine what it is. Next to Chris, you will see a lot of disturbed snow and earth, and it's slick, like something was dragged up or down the mountain, continues on up. There seemed to be an area in the snow where it looked like something may have slid. Maybe whomever or whatever stumbled and fell in the snow, creating that impression. It's very possible you could have a clumsy Sasquatch, just like you can have a clumsy human.
Austin and Chris pressed on as Brett filmed from below.
Okay, so I'm using my exact same phone in the same distance where I was. Austin's barely visible, and Chris is more visible, but still very small.
Brett quickly radioed his friends to tell them they had gone far enough.
I don't see Tim here, but it was. Oh, he fell over. He was here. Or Tim,
Sure
no.
enough,
He
when they
fell.
compared side by side, Brett's original sighting proved to be larger than a normal human.
We ended up being maybe 20 or 30 yards off from the exact location of the sighting. But I can say that we looked smaller.
I like that these people actually use some kind of scientific method. And you can see from the same distance, they are much, much smaller than whatever they found on camera.
And we're gonna hike up a little bit more, and then we're gonna head down because the sun's disappearing and it's gonna get real cold. Get out of there, get out of there. It's cold. All right, team. It's been an adventure.
Austin posted the video of the investigation online, which prompted the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization to conduct their own investigation 2 days later. What they found only added to the mystery.
That looks like an old Bigfoot track right there. An old Bigfoot shape. I put my foot right next to it.
Let's see.
My foot's 12.5 inches. That track's 17 or better. Another Bigfoot track. There's his toes.
I don't know what to
There's his trap.
I can get.
It's good that we have multiple people looking at this site, because more people we have investigating an area where sighting has occurred, more likely we are to find all kinds of evidence. So there certainly seems to be ground evidence for the presence of Bigfoot.
There's my trap. There's human. Right next to a Bigfoot trap. Wow.
I would have loved to have found something like that. I'd be very interested to talk to these people and maybe go on an exploration with them, you know, and outing to see if we can find other signs or evidence of similar activity.
Seriously, look how big it is.
During the day, schools are filled with children learning, laughing, and playing. But once the students leave for the night, the dark, empty halls become the perfect place for all the frenzied energy of the day to let loose. And that's exactly what happened at one school in Brazil.
Oh my god, where does this go? Wait.
One night in March 2017, a continuous loud banging caught the attention of two security guards at a school in Araucaria, Brazil. Unsure what could be causing such a stir, they flipped on a camera and went to investigate.
What's that on?
Actually, thought it was straight out of a horror movie. It actually really freaked me out.
I've been on investigations where there's been poundings on the wall that go on for hours, and it's just unnerving.
I'll go back first. Jesus, no.
Slamming. It's certainly in line with the kind of reports we get of poltergeist activity, where it's sort of a frenetic and violent manipulation of objects and electromagnetic fields like lights. Something bothering this entity or whatever this thing is. So whatever was happening here, this is sort of display of emotion for sure.
Maybe there's something the spirit was trying to get that guard to see. Bang, bang, bang. I've got your attention. Get over here. So whatever was going on at this school, it seemed like some information was trying to be brought across, because when the security guard got to that door, the activity ceased.
When the guards reached the door making all the noise, they were stumped to find only a shallow indent behind it. They checked all around the door and the end of the hallway, but didn't find any signs of human involvement.
From the video that we see, there's no evidence of anybody else down there, and it didn't look like there was really any place for anybody to hide if there was.
The security guards were unsure of exactly what it was they had witnessed that night, and have yet to experience the activity again. But to this day, the staff says they still get the shivers while walking down that hallway. So, should the parents in Araucaria be worried to send their children back to the scene of this haunting display?
I don't think I would have any reservations about sending a child to school here, mainly because when it comes to the paranormal, it's part of our world. It's good to be introduced to it. It's good to be exposed to it, ask questions about it, and then it becomes normal, not something to be feared.
No, I have.
Coming up, menacing screams coming from the basement.
Unusual.
Isn't cheesy buffer so cheesy air puffy? How'd you do it?
Pasteurizer 5000. Anything's indecredibly puffy.
I got the phone here. Phillipsburg, Kansas. Phillipsburg, Kansas. It's Kansas City.
To benefit your local hospital. Thursday, July 20th.
Sorry about the phone.
Think about the best night's sleep you've ever had. At Tempur-Pedic, we're dedicated to helping you sleep like that.
Why are you keep doing that?
Get the deep, comfortable, undisturbed rest you deserve. Experience the mattress ranked #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power 3 years in a row.
Closet system keeps you organized anywhere. Pack all you need for up to 10 days. And travel without ever unpacking. The comfort of home on the go. Unpack in seconds at Soulguard.
What if we told you about shoes that are as stylish as they are comfortable, that you can wear all day, every day? Designer flats that feel like slippers and offer the support of sneakers. Thanks to comfort technology.
So you can have the we coach. Wayfair always delivers small packages for big drinks.
Wayfair, you've got just what I need.
Oh, Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Classy and old world pepperoni on one pizza, and a large is just $9.99. The braised slice of heaven comes to mind. Marco's pizza lovers, get it. You can get in on the action. Extend your range with colorful fully batteries. Take your phone to your e-bike with our full color display with app sync. And breeze over hills with 5 levels of pedal assist plus throttle. Stay safe with integrated front and brake lights no matter where your journey takes you. Future forward with Aventic. Miss it on Verizon Fios Premium Channel. Dragons are coming. More crime drama. Unbreakable bonds. Human survival. And fighting gets real. See it all on HBO Max. Showtime Epic Cinemax. Live and on demand. At home and on the go. With Fios TV mobile app. Order premium networks on channel 860. Basements are often the creepiest part of a house. Venturing down the stairs into the darkness, one is often met with dust, musty smells, and cobwebs. But one of the spookiest parts of a basement are the strange sounds it can emit. And one tenant was about to find out just how scary those noises can get.
A retreat.
In early 2016, Lake Smith signed a 1-year lease and moved into a new house in Douglasville, Georgia. Having just moved south from New Hampshire, was excited to know his new neighbors. But just mere months after moving in, Blake began to hear something terrifying emanating from the
I won bedwars. I know the phone is low. Sorry if the phone woke you up.
I hear what sounds like crying coming from the basement.
And Christine texted you an hour ago. She was wondering how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Christine.
I called the police. They found wet footprints down there.
And Ray's like, how are you?
I don't know.
My name is Blake Smith. It was probably about a month or 2 after I'd moved in is when it started. And it got progressively worse.
Blake worked up the courage to personally investigate the basement. But his presence seemed to silence the unusual sounds.
Guess what, Mom? I'm playing
And he could not
bedwars
find
and
anyone or
yeah.
anything responsible for
You
making
want the
them.
phone?
Just being down in the basement, all was like cold, chills.
100%.
I was asking friends on Facebook like what I could do about it, and they told me to put a camera down
charged
there.
already.
And what I got is what I got.
And what he got did nothing to calm his fears.
It's charged. I charged all day.
The sounds that emanate out of this basement are terrifying. It sounds to me like a young child is going through some sort of pain or anguish.
Don't put the air is 90.
I don't know what kind of trauma this entity experienced in real life, but it must have been absolutely horrific. To get that kind of wailing from a ghost like this, it sends chills down my spine.
Alright, that's on my screen.
The first thing that came to mind for me was a banshee. Banshee is a spirit from Irish folklore that traditionally was a woman, a wailing woman.
I can't put it on bedwars.
Was a harbinger of impending doom, usually for the person who hears the banshee.
Perhaps the wailing cries were a sign of worse things to come. Because it wasn't long before Blake's camera picked up something more than just sound. Keep an eye on the bottom left of the video.
I think it's easier to. Oh, he's still here.
People were freaked out. I got told to move. Someone tried to get me to get these little like spirit crystals or whatever. My girlfriend never came back to my house visiting. After that, I need to go visit her.
Man.
Something like whaling
One again.
probably going to be tied to an event from the past.
Customer service. Customer
So we
service.
have to research the history and try and ascertain the cause of it.
The landlord didn't know.
Well, I beat everyone in bedwars, even Technoblade. I beat him.
Civil War history, mostly.
Blake learned that both the Union and Confederate troops
I go
moved
back.
through Douglasville.
I love the bed thing.
Didn't see intense bloodshed. 2 Confederate soldiers were buried nearby. Unfortunately, Blake's research did nothing to quiet the ghostly activity in his house.
Every couple of days.
I'm
just
keeping the
more and more.
bedwars. I can't.
It seemed like the more I tried to film it, the more I started moving up into the house. That's what made me uncomfortable. That was the final straw I had to go.
Blake spent the remaining months of the lease
What about that
at
remote
his house
access thing?
before finally moving out.
I was terrified that whatever it was might follow me. I had a few different encounters here, but it's not the same thing, not as strong.
Ooh. Sorry.
I've always thought that
What's
I
this
would
essay?
enjoy living in a haunted house.
I can't read Russian.
But I have to say, I wouldn't enjoy living in this one.
You want to take the link one? You want to take the link one?
Coming up,
The big one or no?
something hovering in the English sky.
Alright, let me shut this off.
Do you have a paranormal
No, I'm just so happy that beat
Share it
Technoblade
with us
this
at
time.
somethingparanormal@gmail.com for your chance to be on the show. And like and follow us on social media for more updates.
I was the winner.
Cindy, do you think our crystal flavor will last forever?
All we have is thin crust summer, Billy.
But I love you.
No,
No,
we
it's
love
from
a
here.
flavor of just thin, crispy crust.
Can't help it.
Peace out, Billy.
It's a hot and ready dinner summer. It's little Caesars. Pizza, pizza.
There you go.
Pushes you forward. It's what inspired Naomi to create an unrivaled wine using the best from California to push flavor in new
Yeah.
directions, but no other. Naomi, flavor forward.
It takes energy to take on the world.
My fungus. I just want my cream. I had no idea where it's at.
Breaking the laws of gravity.
Keep moving.
I have to look for it. I was scratching last night.
Purposefully crafted with a blend of protein, fat, and carbs. Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
Last night was scratching my belly.
Now introducing Cliff Dens.
I scratched under my belly and my.
Want an engaging website to boost your business?
Yeah.
5-star fiber talent. Hundreds of freelancer skills like web design. Head to
I don't know what to.
get something started.
Huh? Yeah, I'm just looking for my. I was looking for my cream, but I don't see it in my drawer.
Get started at Chime.com.
I'm ready to take a shower.
I said,
Yeah, I did. And wash my hair.
I kept finding it, so I don't know if it's you or if it's me. I might need to wash me.
Oh. So that's it. It's 2:36.
Using Wi-Fi without NordVPN could mean sharing your private stuff with more people than you think.
I tried that. You have to pay for NordVPN. You have to pay money.
NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Where's Lucky? I know he's around somewhere. There's Lucky!
They're magically delicious.
Have you thought about your wish?
I wish that Shaq was my real life big brother.
Aww.
What's up, little bro? Turns out some wishes do come true. And it turns out that General is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years.
Shaq broke your ring!
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
I'll tell my mom when I grow up I'm gonna work at Chick-fil-A.
I posted to social media and we found it. We reached out to Brianna to bring him in to be my little buddy for the morning.
He was super excited. He said,
Who, for you or me?
Me.
Oh.
I showed him what a day in the life of Chick-fil-A.
Sometimes I can't smell my phone just because my nose be plugged up because of allergies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I go through areas of the world where no one has ever been. Like on the edge of the world, Sundays at 9 CNN.
You're gonna give your Dr.
The United Kingdom has
Mercy.
long been a hotbed for paranormal activity. Whether it's haunted castles, mystifying sacred sites, or unexplainable orbs, the country and its residents have seen it all. And one experienced pilot may be able to add a recent UFO sighting to the UK's ever-growing list of encounters.
Where's the wipes?
In the box. Okay, wait. You want to pass it to you?
On July 7, 2018, Brett Lydiat was enjoying a summer evening in his backyard in Banbury, England with his family, when he noticed something strange hovering in the sky. As a private pilot, Brett has always been fascinated by what's in the atmosphere, so what he saw that day especially intrigued him.
You have to turn off the air conditioner.
Oh.
Gotcha. My name is Brett Lydiat. I was the one who filmed it. Since I was a kid, I've always loved the sky. It's been my element. I just love everything that fills the sky, and especially aviation. I am a private pilot, so I do like, you know, keep up with what I'm talking about when I see something.
The fact that the man who shot this video is a pilot means that the man has operated expensive machinery in the air. He knows about aerodynamics. And the fact that he finds it odd and it's moving in a way that is unfamiliar to him lends credence to the fact that it is something else.
That's a superb UFO. I was sat in my garden with my friends. He was there to see it, my daughter was there to see it, my wife was there to see it.
The kids think it's a UFO. He seems to think it's a UFO, and if I were there, I would probably think it was a UFO also.
Oh man, I never called for.
It might be just a saucer.
I never called for Becca powder and I forgot.
It was
For the cream and stuff, I forgot. Why can't you wash yourself? You do take a lot of soap, not a little, a lot.
I do on my. Well, mine is different. Mine is the little bottle gel.
No, use the Dove.
Okay.
Use the Dove. I have big bottles of Dove.
Alright.
Maybe that's why, because you're not putting enough soap on it. That's why you smell. The next day, use Dove. I have a whole bunch of Dove. You need to put a lot, not a little bit. And the fact of the matter is, you only just put a little bit. No, in your wash cup, am I right? Okay, no. You have to put a lot of soap in it. That's why you smell.
Can I take a bowl? No, I'm not like.
No, I want you to wash yourself in the shower because you smell when you shower. But you have to make sure you take care of it because when people come, you don't want to be smelling like that.
Well, I can't draw now. Because
Not satisfied with the quality of the footage,
in like an hour, he's probably gonna come in.
he decided to get a better camera. But as soon as he stopped filming it, the object disappeared. What's more is that Brett and his family may not have been the only ones to have seen the UFO.
The six over the sky, the controlled airspace that runs down from Birmingham way all the way to Heathrow or London. And it's very busy airspace, and that is exactly where it was. That's what helps you build a